Hello, welcome to our demo on the automation of the sales report. And my name is Apurva Chaturvedi. I've got more than 15 years of experience with ETL, both in US as well as in India. Attached are some of the Blockspot details. And here, my colleague, Miss Amrita Kulshrestha, would be presenting you the demo. So this is her profile link also, which is there. So she brings in about more than 8 years of total work, more than 8 years of total work experience. And after the demo, you can give us the email address for the free sample package. So how you load the free sample packages, you basically have to go to this Blockspot MN Data Solutions, click on the very first link. And after clicking on the very first link, you will get this HTTP global drive here, right? This is an open drive. Simply click it here and press enter. And this is going to be the module, which is in for the Power BI, right? And once you open the module within the Power BI, then you can actually see the entire finance module at your own convenience. And that is the first thing. Now, let me just, because Amrita will be talking about the business, the technical issues. I will talk more about the business issues which were involved. So she'll be showing a demo which entails, consolidating more than 26 subqueries onto the CTs. So the CEO of the client actually wanted a consolidated sales order report with billing report by go down. The current status is that the report is generated manually, and the report generation requires at least one man day, which was actually the manual report generation requires at least one man day. Now they actually had taken it through the ERP route, and that tally report actually takes more than 20 minutes anytime you refresh that report, and which was a no-go for the end client. So the client had basically asked that the solution should be plug and play. The data extraction the client insisted should be in the off-peak hours, which is probably in the late night and the late evening. And that means we had to store the data somewhere. So we decided to store it in either Excel or the JSON files after extraction. There should be no load on the ERP system during the working hours, right? And they wanted not one but multiple reports. So what we did was, instead of simply extracting the report, we extracted it from the schema, and you can assume it as a staging database. They wanted no database. That means no SQL subqueries. So everything had to be either on the site using the Power BI, or actually using or on the cloud. And the budget of the client was very, very low, right? So in that way. Now I'll just show you what it basically entails. So for example, this is our product, which is a data warehouse. So we had to convert all this product onto DAX. So these are all these procedures and which are there. We'll have a separate session on how to make a data warehouse. But these are all the procedures which were there. So all these procedures had to be converted into DAX. That's what she will show. Now, for those of you who are conversant with the ERPs, basically we had to take the sales order report, which is sales order due report, and merge it with the bill receivable report by party ledger. Okay. Because she'll be talking about the subqueries and the queries. So just to give you a brief idea of what it is, you first generate a sales order, then you can have either a delivery note or a sales invoice. A delivery note is an invoice entry. A delivery note and a sales invoice are linked with a tracking number, while a sales order and delivery note and sales invoice are linked by a reference number. The sales invoice and the receipt details are linked by what we call the bill ID. So there are multiple levels of joins and hierarchies which are involved in it. And the sales order can be item wise or a go down wise, right? So analysis can be done anyway, right? This is going to be the structure. So staging area is what the JSON or the ERP files is. After this, the entire module was generated in the Power BI, the DAX module. So the solution has been deployed at multiple clients, and this is one of the clients, which is a DDS, which has kindly given us the reference letter. And with this, I go on to the next one. So what is the value proposition which you will be looking at, based on this is, first of all, custom functions or custom SQL procedures and functions in SQL will go. Now, if I need to take the data from on-site onto the cloud, I need either a connector or an API. Okay, which is basically a C# code, or an API entails at least a C# code or some inflexibility. So you'll have a lot of flexibility, which is we would be looking to eliminate that. The complexity of understanding Tally or the other databases is going to be eliminated. And a separate database install process could be eliminated. You will be reducing the data extraction times, the aggregates in the TDL and the SQL code, your business logic coding time and the maintenance times will go down, right? And the data refresh times for the reports, so everything is going to be on the cloud. And the ETL development times in ETL level. So everything is either after extraction, it is done on the Power BI. So your ETL development times and cost is going to be reduced. You're going to raise the ease of reporting. And for that, actually, the entire module has been developed. So what do we offer in terms of the buyer value and the cost? You're looking at lower coding time, faster data access, easy to use desktop applications, MIS, graphs and dashboard and time series analysis there. Now, this is actually what we have made as a comparison of where the distance. So joins, you have to look at it from your perspective. Excel, if then else, joins and lookup value. Like lookup value, joins and filter. Now, sheets in Excel is then replaced by collections in Tally and CTE in SQL, or a subquery in the SQL and replaced by var, right? And sum if aggregate is replaced by sum of group by. So with this, I give it to my colleague, Ms. Amrita Kulshrestha. She'll be taking on the remaining part of the demo. Thank you. You're right. So Amrita, I give it to you from here.
Yes, thank you. The screen is visible. Hello everyone, my name is Amrita Kulshrestha. I will explain the further processing of this sales automation of reports. The overall benefit or the major advantage of the service is it minimizes the number of pages. The data comparison it provides is so strong that it can be convert the 100 pages of report to 1 page. And the purpose of the report, it gives the complete visibility by the sales order for the sales invoice, delivery note, receipt, and the GST paid. And it gives the sales order pendency details by the go down. And the attached assumption of the report are sales order, sales invoice, credit note, and delivery note are linked up with the same reference number. Here, only those delivery notes have been included that are not the part of the sales invoice. In case a delivery note along with the sales invoice, corresponding reference number is there, then the sales invoice number is taken into account. And here the data has been taken from the voucher inventory code, and the same code is framed in SQL and DAX listed below. Here the fetching data from the voucher inventory on the basis of sales order. And in this document, I will explain how each component of the report was developed. So first of all, fetching data from the voucher inventory basis on sales order. And the code is SQL. This code is SQL and this code is in DAX format. In SQL, I am using CTX for that. And in DAX, I am using the variable VAT. First of all, I am summarizing some columns and filter according to sales order. And take some columns, document date, voucher number, party liaison name, reference, company name, go down, and some debit amount and some credit amount. Some debit amount is calculated. This is the total of voucher inventory debit amount, and sub credit amount also calculated, which is also the sum of voucher inventory sum of credit amount. Here we have selected some columns from the variable VAD and calculate sales order amount using DAX. So sales order amount is calculated. For that, some debit amount is subtracted from the some credit amount. And also select some column like company name and format that in a string format, and cost center name also format that into the string format, and select party name, SO number, SO date, and SO amount. Now we are fetching data from voucher inventory table on the basis of sales, which is framed in SQL and DAX both listed below. In this, the sum of credit amount is calculated and given the alias name, some credit amount. And the same operation is performed for the debit amount, which is later called alias name by some debit amount. And filter out sales data from the voucher stored in a variable A1 sales voucher summarize. So here I am summarizing and filtering data according to sale, and select column reference, go down voucher number, company name, master ID, document date, and some credit amount and some debit amount. Some credit and debit amount coming from the voucher inventory table. Here we select the cost center name, reference number, master ID, column from the A1 sales voucher summarize, and calculated SO amount. Sales amount, and sales amount is calculated, which is some debit amount and subtracted from the some credit amount. Also select some column like cost center name, reference number, master ID as, sales number, sales date, and all. After that, we are fetching data from voucher inventory table on the basis of delivery note, which is framed in SQL and DAX both state below. And the sum of credit amount is calculated and given alias name, credit delivery note. And the same operation is performed for the debit amount, which is later called by alias name debit delivery note. And also select some column, summarize some column like document date, voucher number here. Now again we summarize delivery note record which is coming from the variable B1 delivery note summarize, and the same is done in SQL and record coming from CTE4. CTE4 is here. And summarize delivery note entry in DAX format also and stored in the B2 delivery note summarize. First, here I am selecting some column like cost center name and format that into the string format and reference number, and also format that into the string, and also select delivery note number, delivery note amount. Delivery note amount was calculated. Here debit delivery note is subtracted from the credit delivery note, and delivery note date also here. After that, fetching data from voucher inventory table on the basis of credit note on the credit and also summarize some column like reference, go down name, go down voucher number, master ID, credit note, which is coming from the voucher inventory table and sum of credit amount, and debit credit note, which is coming from also voucher inventory debit amount and sum of debit amount, and alias name debit credit note. Here I am selecting column from credit note summarize entry. For that I am selecting cost center name, reference number here, and format that into the string format. Also select bill number against, which is coming from the voucher inventory reference, and credit note number, credit note amount. Credit note amount was calculated. For that, debit credit note is subtracted from the credit note. And here C1 master ID C1 also here, and format that into the string format. After that, left outer join. I am doing here left outer join between the all final variables for the sales order delivery note. So first of all, I am joining consolidate sales order to B2 delivery note summarize and remove the duplicate. For removing duplicate, I am using distinct function and store final result in the A1 delivery note. So after that, here I am joining on the basis of reference number, cost center name, and extract from the variable A1 delivery note. So for that, I am doing here joining between A1 delivery note and A2 sales voucher summarize, and also remove duplicate using distinct function and stored in the A2 delivery note. And here I am joining on the basis of reference number and cost center name in A2 delivery note and B2 credit note summarize, and also remove duplicates using distinct function, and result is stored in the A2 delivery note. Here we are adding billing name column. For adding billing name column, I am doing a lookup value here from the voucher laser bill table. From the voucher laser bill table, I am selecting bill name and master ID for bill name and store in a result aid receipt value, or adding this variable into the A2 delivery note. After that, also adding one column which is master receipt. I am adding this column in a receipt variable. For that, I am doing a lookup here from the voucher laser bill table. For that, I am selecting master ID, bill name, and add this column in new variable which is B receipt. And we do filter the voucher laser table where voucher type parent is and the credit amount is greater than 0, and result is stored in the variable receipt filter. Then the format the entries for receipt filter and select required column, master receipt, master voucher number, and receipt date. And result is stored in the receipt filter to variable. And finally, do joining between the joining for the receipt note. For that, B receipt variable join with the receipt filter to variable, and result is stored in the D receipt payment date variable. Now we are fetching data from the laser sum table on the basis of duties and taxes, which is framed in DAX state below. In this, the sum of credit amount is calculated and given alias name some tax credit value, and same operation is performed for the debit amount, which later is called by alias name some tax debit value. And here we are finding the sales invoice tax amount master ID as a joint criteria. For calculating GST amount, the tax debit value is subtracted from the tax credit value, and new variable stored in a variable which is GST amount sales. Also select one column master ID as and format that into the string format, and result is stored in the laser entries tax master ID variable. Here the joining is generating the receipt details. So here I am doing joining D receipt payment date variable to laser entries tax master ID variable, and result is stored in the GST tax variable. Now we are finding the credit note invoice tax amount using master ID C1 as a joint criteria for extracting GST amount CN, and for that GST sum tax credit value is subtracted from the sum tax credit value and stored in variable GST amount CN. CN here credit note. Here the joining is generating the credit note details. For that I am joining GST tax to laser entries tax master ID credit note. Laser tax master ID credit note is a variable which is here, and result is stored in the variable which is GST tax credit. Finally, the variable GST tax credit output is stored in the go down by sales report, and return them back is a final result. So finally, the number matching with tally and refresh and load time on 8 GB machine less than 30 seconds for 2 years of data. So this is the cost center sales report which is stored the go down wise data. And for that I am also extracting data from the tally. So I will show you how to extract data from the tally. For that I am selecting one company which is sample company. I am again opening the tally. Here I will show you how to select a company and how to extract company for that. Go to the work in education mode. Here choose select company. Go to the configure, select product and features. Manage local TDL. Choose the path of your Tally file. I am also selecting here the path of that PCP file. Quit, choose quit. Again, go to the extract companies. This is the extraction of companies in Excel format. And open Power BI desktop. It will take some time for a few seconds. It will take some time. This is my DAX code for that.
So here Amrita is refreshing the data and actually doing it. So it's actually a very easy plug and play. It's a complete ETL module, which you can actually see. So based on this particular ETL module and the way she has done it, so you can use the same DAX features in converting your SQL onto Power BI module, right? So Amrita, if you could just hand me over the session once again.
Yes, sir.
Hello. So with this, with this Power BI, this module, so we have shown you the DAX code, how it works, how to convert it, and the same can be done with the SQL code. So please do consider as services. You can contact us, download the Power BI module, and you can contact us on this particular email address, and definitely follow this particular blog. Thanks a lot very much for your time. And with this, we come to the closure of our demo. Thanks.